What's up, guys? My name is Dontavious Hill, three-time Team USA high jumper, five-time NCAA All-American, and I've helped hundreds of high school athletes jump personal records in the high jump, be able to qualify for state championships, and eventually get to college and compete and also get a free degree while they're doing it. Okay. Current personal best is 7 feet 5 inches, competed at Olympic trials in 2024. And yeah, today, guys, we're going to be talking about why your vertical does not matter, right? I hear this thing where high school athletes, they say, hey, I have a 35-inch vertical, or I have a 37-inch vertical, and does that mean I'm going to be good at high jump? Oh, man, this is one of the main things I do not like to hear, because I just know, and it's not really their fault, right? I just feel like, dang, they just don't get it. They just weren't guided in the right direction when it comes to this. It doesn't matter how high your vertical is. I don't care if you had an 80-inch vertical. That has nothing to do with being great at high jump. Got a little bit passionate there because I really want to help and really break some of these things that are considered true in the sport. It don't matter how high your vertical is. An 80-inch vertical is not even possible, by the way. Even if you got a 40-inch vertical, that does not mean you're going to be great at high jump. Because although you do need to be able to jump in high jump is 90% approach, 10% on the ground. So this event is very approach dependent. So no matter how high you can jump in a high jump, you're not going to jump high bars if you cannot approach the bar. You will not be able to. And there are many things that go into the approach, which we're going to get into, right? So one of the main scenarios that's usually happening with a high jumper who's thinking about vertical, they're doing a 2-foot standing vertical jump and seeing how high they can jump. That has nothing to do with high jump. High jump is a 1-foot jump, number one. Let's get that out of the way. High jump is a 1-foot event. So doing a 2-foot standing vertical jump is completely opposite of what the high jump is. A moving 1-foot event. No correlation. No correlation. But if you can jump pretty high, whether it's standing off of 2 feet or whatever, like that shows that you may have some power. That does not mean you will be good at high jump, right? But having power is great. And maybe one day you can become great at high jump, right? When you're talking potential. But to think, 40-inch vertical means you're going to jump 7 feet in high jump, that's not going to happen. Or even if you're going to jump 6 feet, not going to happen. You probably can't even jump 5 feet. Because it's so approach dependent. There are people with 20-something inch verticals that can jump really high bars. I'm talking for high school. I'm just going to put myself in comparison. My vertical was like 33 or something, and I was jumping 7 feet. And there are high schoolers with 40-inch verticals, 38-inch verticals, and can't even get over 6 feet. That should tell you everything you need to know, right? There are also athletes who play basketball, and I played basketball in high school as well. They can dunk the ball really well. They can windmill. They can go between the legs with the dunk. But not much better than a 6 feet jumper. Not much better than a 6'2". Can't really get over those heights. Can't really even get to 6 feet sometimes. And you wonder why that is. It's because high jump is a technical event. It's very technical. I can't dunk fancy at all. I can't dunk fancy at all, right? I couldn't for years. And the first time I actually tried it was in 2024, right? I tried to see how fancy I can actually dunk. And I realized, man, I just do not have a bag in the gym. Like, I cannot dunk well. Keep in mind, my PR 7.5, right? But because I know high jump is approach dependent, it's not dependent on how well I can dunk and all this stuff. But you got kids out here who can dunk the ball like crazy, like really good. Windmills, all this stuff. Can't even get over 6'4". Can't even get over 6'2". Why is that? So let's just get this out of the way. Like I said, I'm not a superhuman. I'm not an anomaly. I'm not just this perfect thing. Like, if there are kids who can dunk better than me, that means that they have some of the same jumping ability that I have. If they can dunk the basketball better than me and get their head up above the rim, which I can't do, They have more jumping ability than I have. But why do they jump 6 feet and why do I jump 7'5"? Why? Because of the approach. I'm better at being able to convert my horizontal velocity into vertical velocity. I'm better at that than them. They don't know how to do it. How do you learn how to convert horizontal velocity to vertical? Instead of just thinking if I can just jump off of 2 feet standing still, I can jump good high. I can be a great high jumper. Well, the way you learn how to do that is by practicing your high jump approach time and time again. Doing specific drills in your high jump approach is actually going to help you get better in a high jump, right? Learning how to lean away from the bar in the high jump. Learning how to actually maintain your momentum in the curve of the approach in the high jump. This is how you take advantage of your talents. This is how you turn fancy dunks and just fancy dunking and being able to dunk a ball good into scholarship offers when you can jump 6'6", 6'8" in those ranges. This is how you do that, right? So if you're interested in trying to see how you can better do that, then just keep watching this video. I'm going to show you exactly how you can do it, right? So number one, you need guidance, you need help, right? And what I have is a system that can actually help you do that. And the way we do it is we start with mindset, right? And we actually get down to why athletes can't achieve, specific heights in the sport. So we start with mindset. Then we get into high jump, where we actually teach the athletes all the specific drills, some of the same drills that I just mentioned, from learning to lean in the approach. We have drills specifically for that. We have drills to specifically teach you how to maintain momentum in the curve. We get into all of this, and we also I allow my athletes to send me their film, and I critique their film, give them high jump analysis, and let them know exactly what they're doing wrong. Okay. From that point, after high jump, we get into training. I write their specific training plans on a monthly basis and make sure they know exactly what kind of weight training they should be doing, what kind of plyometrics they should be doing, what kind of sprint training, and all of these things, right? To actually turn them into a better athlete, turn them into a better high jumper. And when we do all of these things and get them to the point where they're actually, in a position to be better, this is when, an athlete breaks out and gets to have an opportunity to get recruited. Okay. When they have their mindset in check, they know how to high jump technically correct. They are actually getting the proper training that's going to help them get better. This is how you get recruited and get an opportunity to get full ride scholarships, get official visits, and an opportunity to get a free college degree, right? So this is how you do that, right? And so from this point, right, where we go from here. So parents, if you have a high school high jumper and you're interested in actually helping them be able to achieve their goals, what we can do is you guys can book a call with me down below where we'll hop on a high jump strategy call session and see where your athlete currently is, see where they want to get to, and then see how I can actually help them get there using the system that I just mentioned, as well as showing them an implementation of a plan that will develop on that call. So like I said, parents, if you're interested, book a call with me down below. So from this point, you have two options. You have point A, right? We have choice A, where you guys can just continue to do things on your own and hope that your athlete continues to improve, or whatever pace they've already improved at, 1 inch a year, 2 inch a year, and maybe get better. Or you have the option B, where you guys can get the help that you need from someone who's already achieved everything your athlete may ever want to achieve and more, who can show them exactly what they need to do to achieve anything they want to get inside of this sport, right? You get to learn specifically from a top 30 high jumper on the planet who is still jumping, who has made Team USA's and competed at the NCAA level and earned medals, right? So you have these two choices, and this is where, you take that step. You either keep doing what you're doing, or you take this step forward, book a call with me and see how we can actually get your athlete that help. So like I said, guys, book a call with me down below in the link so we can get you guys where you want to go.